Hello everybody, in this video I will show you several electromagnets that are connected to an AC power source, and I will show you what the field of it looks like under magnetic viewing film, just like this. It's just a short preview. I also will connect different electromagnets like this one, and I also have some electromagnet arrays, as you can see here. Two different kinds, which I will also show you in this video, and I will also show you how it will influence another permanent magnet. So let's start off with this large electromagnet that I have here. This is just a regular electromagnet that I bought from Amazon. Yeah, any kind of electromagnet will do the job. So this electromagnet is connected to just an audio amplifier that gets its signal from a signal generator, and it's fed with a sine wave signal. So for now, let's start off with this one. And you can already see here under the magnetic viewing film the blinking magnetic field, which is expanding and collapsing. What you can see here is it's driven with a 3 Hz sine wave signal, and I can also just change the frequency. If I turn it down, this is at 2 Hz, there you can see it even better, how the field collapses and expands. And this white ring that you see, it's slightly off center, but that's just because of the light source is coming from the left side. So if I tilt it over like this, the ring is centered again. So the position of the white ring is just dependent on from where the light comes from. And yeah, I can also turn it down to 1 Hz, but then my audio amplifier has some trouble delivering enough current, and you can see the field is quite weak. And let me just increase the frequency even more. Now we're at 8 Hz, and I don't know how well you can see that on the video, but it's blinking really fast. I don't know how much sense it makes to drive it for just to show it like this. So let me turn down the frequency again to around 3 Hz, so you can see it even better. So another interesting thing is, if I just take a permanent magnet like this small disc magnet, it's 50 millimeters in diameter, and just place it over here, and I'm not tilting it by hand, I'm just holding it actually quite tightly so it doesn't escape me. And the movement is just caused by the magnetic field of this magnet or electromagnet. If I increase the frequency, of course, the movement starts to get more faster. This is now 9 Hz. I can, you see, if I hold it more loosely, it starts to shake really violently. That's why I have to hold it quite tightly so it doesn't escape my fingers. I increased the frequency even more to around 17 Hz that we have now, and yeah, you can see the behavior of it. And if I just hold it like this, you can also see how violently it shakes above here. And I think it's the most interesting if I just use a frequency of around 6 Hz, then you can see probably it's a bit difficult to hold, because if I hold it too loose, it will just escape me and will be attracted to the magnet. So I'm trying my best to show you this, but actually the force is quite strong when I do this. So this is a really, it's interesting to feel this, how strong magnets are affected by these AC currents. And what I'm going to show you next is the field of these smaller electromagnets. These are also pre-built and I bought them from Amazon. So let me just connect it to the audio amplifier. So now I've connected this smaller electromagnet to my audio amplifier. The cables aren't that long, so I have to bring in the audio amplifier here. And what I'm going to do now is I will use a frequency of 3 Hz and slowly increase the power and show you what this looks like under the magnetic viewing film. just increase it a bit more like this. So here I can also show you from the side what this looks like. Hopefully you can get a good view of it. The thing is, with these small electromagnets I can't use that much power and I can't drive them for too long. I will just increase it a bit more just to show you. But these get really hot really fast. And I'm sorry about the reflections that you see on the viewing film. Yeah, this is just what it looks like from here. But now it's already getting too hot to hold it in my hand, so I have to turn it off again. Yeah, this is a bit of a downside with the small electromagnets. They get really hot really fast. And anyways, now let's continue to these magnet arrays. Here I just used 4 of these small electromagnets and I connected them in series, and yeah, we will get an overall magnetic field that is blinking. So let me just connect this one to the audio amplifier. So now I connected this electromagnet array to the amp, and all of these 4 magnets are connected in series, which means the polarities, let's say facing inwards, are all the same. So we have all north pole and of course when the polarity flips, all south pole in the inside. So all of the polarities are facing in the same direction. And now I will show you what this looks like under the field viewer. And the interesting thing is, with the large magnet or electromagnet that I showed you first, I have to turn up the volume to full on the audio amplifier, so I go in with full power. But with this one, or with this array of electromagnets, I only go to like maximum of like half of the power. Obviously I will just turn it up to full power just for now, that you see the field itself. I can also shortly increase the frequency and decrease it just for you to see it better, but I can only do that quickly because again the magnets will get quite hot if I do this for too long. But what's really interesting is when I take this magnet again and I just turn it up slightly, I'm like at 30% of the power level. You can see the magnet starts to shake like crazy, like with the big electromagnet. I would say the force is kind of the same. But yeah, the input power is much lower that I'm using here. And I think this is because all of these 4 fields of these 4 electromagnets are focused to one large field. So I think this has a lot of interesting potential. I also will show you a different arrangement. Just turn it off again before it gets too hot. This is the same array but connected differently. Here I have the 2 opposing electromagnets connected to each other. So for example, we have north pole here, south pole here and south pole here. Because we have an alternating current, of course the polarities flip each time. But they're connected opposing, so we get a different field configuration. I will just shortly connect it again to the audio amplifier and show you what the field of this array looks like. So now I've connected this electromagnet array to the amplifier. Obviously the wiring is not done that beautifully, but this is all just experimental for my testing purposes yet, so forgive me that. But what's really interesting is the field that we get from this electromagnet array. So let me just show you this under the field viewer. I will just increase the volume on the amp, and as you can already see, now we're at a frequency of 4 Hz. We get this nice cross pattern. This is because here we have same polarities and here we have the opposite polarities, and this results in this nice pattern. If I turn down the frequency, you can see it probably even better. If I increase it, it would look like this. And this is a really interesting effect. Also, the whole array starts to vibrate a bit because of the opposing fields. And obviously I also can't do this for too long because the magnets get real hot. So I have to turn it down again. I have to come up with a solution to cool this better, but yeah, I also don't have to drive them at the full potential because the field already is quite strong. So I will again show you this with my magnet, how it's influenced by this kind of field, and I will not do this at the full volume or full power of my amplifier. Let me just turn it on again and slowly increase, and you can see it's almost not influenced at all. If I increase frequency a bit more, you can see a slight wobble, but the overall field on the outside here is quite strong, but here at the center not really that much. Except for when I go in there, then it gets really strong. But whoops, we can see smoke. Yeah, they got too hot because I overdrive them. Yeah, I don't want to turn them on again because then they will probably be damaged. I don't want it. So that's it for this video now. The reason why I showed you this is just I'm experimenting with electromagnet arrays and how they're influenced by permanent magnets. So I have multiple ideas on what to do with this. What comes to my mind is like, yeah, placing these arrays within these bowls, like make a sphere with north and south pole and place one of these magnet arrays inside here. This will be probably a topic of a future video, and see what this does. Also, what I thought of is like put one or two of these electromagnets, which are basically just coils, inside here or on top and bottom of here, and just see how much power we can pick up by this, and yeah, what the overall I'm missing the word. Yeah, what the properties of these fields are, if anything gets amplified or not. Hopefully this was interesting to you and gave you some inspirations, maybe also for experimenting. If you're asking where do I get my electromagnets, I just type in electromagnet on Amazon or on Google. You will find plenty of results. I think it's better to buy them like this because you can't wind them that densely and perfect by hand, and it's also much simpler and easier than doing this by hand, and these small ones are quite cheap. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Check out the links in the video description. Have a nice day and goodbye.